Accused of raping a 13-year-old girl back in 2000, allegedly along with Sean Diddy Combs. Our US correspondent Martha Kellner has more details.
This civil suit was originally filed back in October against Sean Combs, better known as P. Diddy. It has now been amended to also include allegations against Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter. In this civil suit, a woman says that when she was a 13-year-old girl back in the year 2000, that she attended an after party for the MTV Video Music Awards, during which she says she was raped by Jay-Z and P. Diddy. She says that Jay-Z removed her clothes, pinned her down and raped her while P. Diddy and an unnamed female celebrity watched on. She says she was then raped by P. Diddy as Jay-Z and this female celebrity watched on once again. Jay-Z has dismissed in a lengthy statement these claims as idiotic. He's also attacked the character and legitimacy of the lawyer who has brought these claims. In his statement, Jay-Z directly addresses that lawyer. He says, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit." The wife, which he refers to, is, of course, Beyonce, whom he's been married to since 2008 and been in a relationship for much longer than that. As for P. Diddy, he's currently in prison in New York awaiting criminal charges for sex trafficking and racketeering. He faces more than 24 civil lawsuits. This is the first one that has named Jay-Z, and he denies those allegations.
West Ham football. February next year. Tens of thousands of people have suffered a second night without power after the widespread disruption caused by Storm Dara. According to Energy Networks Association, 91% of affected customers have now had their connection restored. A man in his 40s has died in a fire in Cumbria. Police say he was found dead at a flat in Kebby Lonsdale yesterday morning. A second man took himself to hospital with minor injuries.
See you. Thanks for joining us on the programme. Thoughts about what's going on in Syria, first of all?
Well, do you know what? Everybody breathed a sigh of relief that this thing has finally ended. This brutal regime is over. But in real terms, it's all about what comes next. There's a bit of caution to be had. We know, what comes next in terms of security and stability for the Syrian people. We've seen in the past how these dictatorships disappear and leave. They create a vacuum that can be filled by some.
Probably it's about 6. Oh.
GB News.
The objectives that they want from the EU, what that partnership will look like, and not just a sort of softening of relations.
Okay, let's see what happens for now. Serena, thank you very much indeed. Quick look at the weather for you now here on Sky News Monday morning after the stormy weekend. It'll be much more settled this week with the return of overnight frost and fog. Dry start for many with a patchy frost for Scotland, Ireland and Northern Ireland.
From sharing the nibbles to sharing the goss.
Jay-Z and Beyonce have been one of the most iconic couples in Hollywood over the past couple of decades. For a long time, the majority of fans have loved them and aspired to have a relationship like theirs. But over the years, many conspiracy theories have followed them as well, especially recently with all of this stuff that has come out against Diddy. However, the dark and disturbing conspiracy theories have followed them ever since their relationship began in 2001. After meeting each other in the year 2000, Jay-Z and Beyonce began dating in 2001, when Beyonce was 19 and Jay-Z was 31, which was already a little strange right off the bat. Regardless, both of them were already fairly successful as artists. Jay-Z had multiple successful albums out, had hit the Billboard charts a few times, and had also worked with artists like Mariah Carey, Biggie, and Kanye. He also created his record label Rockefeller Records. Around the same time, Beyonce was coming up with Destiny's Child, and they also had their fair share of chart-topping hits. And despite the crazy amount of success that they already had, as I'm sure most of you guys know, they went on to become some of the biggest artists ever. With Jay-Z becoming a huge music mogul aside from his personal success as an artist, Jay-Z's been called the greatest rapper of all time by multiple publications, and Beyonce has been named one of the greatest vocalists and entertainers of all time as well. So these two were destined to become a power couple, and that's exactly what they became. The two have collaborated on multiple songs over the years, which helped both of their careers. Jay-Z has released iconic albums like The Blueprint and 444. He's also had many successful business ventures over the years, with his companies like Rockaware and the 4040 Club, along with his acquisition of Tidal. On top of that, Rockefeller has helped to produce artists like Kanye, Cameron, Beanie Siegel, Jadakiss, and more. Because of all of this, Jay-Z became hip-hop's first billionaire, and most recently has an estimated net worth of $2.5 billion. He's one of the best-selling artists of all time and has won 24 Grammys. On the flip side, Beyonce has put out tons of extremely successful albums and is the only woman in history to have 20 top 10 songs as a solo artist and 10 that playing her song Single Ladies backwards reveals a bunch of meanings like the world will bow to me, people's tears will fall. I mean, some of the comments on this video just go to show how many crazy things people were thinking. And I'm going to interject my opinion here real quick. When you play a song backwards and someone tells you what to hear, you're probably going to hear that thing. That's just how your brain works, and it's kind of like the whole Yanny and Laurel thing.